Get it, get it, get it, get it, get it, get it, girl. Get it, get it, get it, get it, get it, get it, girl. Get it, 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 get it. Hey there, guys. I don't know exactly what I look like. I'm a one-man band, and I'm trying to make sure that my color is right because every time I record, I'm either overexposed or it's a little too dark for my liking. So, again, I don't know what I look like. I'm tapping. Let me see if I tap where I am, because every time I get close, it's not giving me the proper light. So what I'll do is I'll turn the light up a little, my ring light, and I'll just sit back here. So hopefully that's bright enough. At any rate, one of these days, I'm gonna get my production parts together. You know, it's gonna be tight. I was truly inspired to record this video after watching my girl, my Rolly, a huge inspiration, you know, a great support system. Her name is Stephanie Rodnez. She's also known as Godlywood Girl on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Godlywood Girl. But she did a video today. Today is Today is April 18th, 2018. She dropped a video about, I'd say 13 hours ago. And I just love that she was so vulnerable about her journey as an entrepreneur. And she was just telling her story, just being genuine with her story. And it just inspired me to get my butt in front of this camera and make this video, because I need to touch this more, because this is what I want to be doing. I want to be able to speak life to people through storytelling. And so here I am. Thank you so much, Steph. If you guys get a chance, head on over to Godlywood Girl. Check out her video from April 18th, because she uploaded it today and I watched it, you know, hours after she did it, and I loved it. For me, I'm still at the side hustle phase. I still have my 9 to 5, right? Because mama got to pay the bills, and I like nice things, and they're not gonna buy themselves. So, and I haven't gotten quite there with my business yet. You know, I haven't gotten my business model to that point where I'm comfortably able to walk away from my business, at least at the moment. I don't know what will happen after this video. Who knows what I might do or who I might meet, but you know, because my God is instant.
Just saying. So,
you know, she talked about how some days, you know, you find yourself going through it. You have your moments where you're like grinding and you're connecting the dots and you're meeting the right people, you're making the right connections, you're doing the right things business-wise, and you're getting all this stuff done, but then you don't realize that you might reach a point of burnout. Now, for me, I haven't reached burnout. My situation is different. As you guys might know a little bit about my story, is that I basically created, I'm a self-published author. Let me just back it up and say that. I published my first book in 2017, January 2017 to be exact. And it's called I Want It All. It's a vision book journal for manifesting dreams. And I'm going to show it to you right now. This is my book. I Want It All, a vision book journal for manifesting dreams. And it also comes in a black color, because I heard a lot of slack from the guys. The fellas were like, listen, love your book, great concept, but women aren't the only ones who have a vision. And so I heard you, brothers. I heard you loud and clear. and I answered. And so I created the book along with some really cool apparel. I got a little phone case that matches the black book. I also have one for the pink book. As you see on the wall, I have a little canvas that says I Want It All vision. I have cool apparel as well. All of that can be found on my website. That's www.myvisionbookjournal.com. I'm going to go ahead and drop that in the description. So for any of you that want to check that out, be my guest. I'd love you. Love you forever if you purchase my book.
little plug there, shameless boo.
When I first started at my job a year ago, I literally was like, okay, I'm going to come to work. I'm going to give it my best, because I believe in just like doing your best work no matter what you do, no matter who you work for, just doing your best. Because to me, that's just a part of your character, you know. And so I give my job 100%, then I come home and I work on my business. And, you know, that started out great at first. You know, it's really marketing every single day. I had social media content that I had planned out on a calendar. I had my email list jump in. I was sending out emails every day. I had all this momentum going, And, you know, one of the things that's true about entrepreneurship is that it's peaks and valleys, right? Like, you're going to have your moments where you just like go, go, go. And then you might have your moments where you're like feeling yourself reaching burnout. And sometimes burnout is not necessarily exhaustion from working too much. Sometimes it's exhaustion from thinking too much. In my case, it might have been a little bit of both. Because I'm the type that I kind of, for a long time, I struggled with uncertainty. I had to breathe that in because that's a truth of mine that I'm willing to share. So for a long time, I struggled with uncertainty. And what that means is that I was not comfortable with not knowing. And you say, well, that doesn't make sense because 90% of life is not knowing what's next. No matter how much you plan, no matter how much you look forward to something, at the end of the day, none of us really truly know what's next. And so I struggled with that for a long time. I kind of felt cornered or just lost when I didn't know what to do next. And sometimes I would completely shut down or just stall a bit until I got some kind of inspiration. And it happens like that too. I'm not the only one, I'm pretty sure. And if you can relate, please feel free to comment in the comments section below. Love your feedback and love to connect on common experiences. I didn't know how to cope with unknowing, not knowing. And granted, all of this is so new to me. I'm not supposed to know. I've never written a book before. This is my first time publishing a book. So why would I know, right? That's a part of my journey that I'm evolving with. I'm starting to become more and more comfortable with uncertainty and that space of the unknown. Because what I'm doing is that I'm learning to cultivate my faith and allow that to carry me through. And I'm also using all kinds of tools to help me with that. So whether it's me meditating or sometimes journaling, another reason why I created my book, I Want It All, is because I'm a journaler. Ever since I was a little girl, my mom would buy me journals to either express my feelings and ideas, what I did for the day, sketches, whatever, just a creative outlet to say, hey, this is for you. This is something that you can put whatever comes to mind in. And, I loved going back through my old journals because it showed me my journey. And sometimes I would relearn a lesson just from reading some of the things I would write. Or sometimes I would find inspiration just from going back to something I sketched or writing an idea that came to mind down. I would go back to it and be like, oh yeah, I remember that was such a good idea. Let me act on it now. And so I do all these things to keep myself centered so that I can be okay with the unknown. And I do affirmations as well, because part of not being comfortable or feeling a sense of fear from not knowing is because we have a lot of thoughts going through our minds throughout the day. Hundreds of thousands, if not millions of thoughts cross our mind in one given day, right? And we can't control them all. A lot of them are based off of experience. A lot of them are based off of other people's thoughts and ideas that we've heard, and so it just comes up. Some people, if you learn about the workings of the subconscious mind, just things that your subconscious holds on to, and it becomes habitual thought. It becomes habit. And so out of habit, you'll panic when you're like, oh, I can't see what's going to happen next. And so you freak out because you start to say, what if I fail? What if this doesn't work out? What if this? What if that? And this becomes a cycle. And so for me, that was part of my cycle. And so I've learned to replace those kind of limiting beliefs with affirmations that I know, because once I've practiced them, I found them to be true myself. Time is a man-made thing. Time is a man-made thing. According to Albert Einstein, time really doesn't exist. It's a construct that we use to manage ourselves in this dimension. But in actuality, when you talk about spirit, spirit is timeless. Spirit is eternal. And I'm not going to go too deep because I could save that for a whole nother video, but spirit is eternal and time doesn't truly exist. And so that's some of the things I tell myself, and you're always at the right place at the right time, no matter what you're doing, or I ask myself, what is the lesson of the moment? How can I learn from this moment so that as I elevate to the next level and I position myself to walk in the direction that I know I want my life to go, how would I be better prepared from this experience? What can I take from this experience, no matter how painful, how dreadful, how exciting or thrilling or joyful the moment is? How can this experience make me better so that when I'm in the next level, next season of my life, I'm better prepared, better equipped to manage, to deal, to cope. And so that's what I'm getting better at. But I believe in the concept of I want it all because at a really early age, I realized that in life, there are no limitations. The only limitations that exist are the ones that we believe are there. And they tend to be the ones that we tell ourselves are true. I have some really cool teachers that I really love their philosophy, and they've helped me grow tremendously throughout my journey. And that's Abraham and Esther Hicks. I'm pretty sure that if you're into the law of attraction, self-help, just energy and metaphysics, then you've heard of Abraham and Esther Hicks. But they talk a great deal about how a belief is only a thought that you keep thinking until you believe it's true. A belief is nothing more than that. Just because I believe something does not make it true for someone else. You get that? Like, just because I have a belief in a concept, in an idea, and it is true for me because I believe it, does not make it true for someone else. I hope you let that set in, because that idea, concept, changed my life. Because when I understood that concept, I started to realize that any debate that we could have with another human being, any disagreement that we can have with another human being, is almost pointless and frivolous. Because to me, what I believe to be true is true, but it's true for me. And for the other person, what they believe to be true is true, but it's true for them. And so to argue those things, it's a waste of energy. It's more so that we have to learn to accept whoever's truth, about life, accept that the fact that that's their belief. That's what they believe. That is true for them. Does not make it true for you. And so you don't have to hold on to other people's ideas about you, about the limitations of your life. Limitations truly don't exist unless we believe they do. I Want It All is basically from this idea that, I want to live my life by the and factor. Growing up, I was never forced to go to college. My mom was very, very open. She always asked me and my siblings the question of, what is it that you want to do? Thank God for that, because, it allowed me to live life on my terms early. And she always said, if you don't know what you want to do, you are going to college. But if you think that you might know something else, then whatever it is, I'm going to support you. And so I appreciate that. So I always said I wanted to do something creative and I wanted to do something intellectual, or not do something intellectual, but I've always been into books. I've always been into spirituality, philosophy. You can catch me in the aisle of Barnes & Noble. That's the spot, Bo. That is the spot. Okay. And you can also catch my phone lit with a bunch of apps, some self-help apps, audiobooks. You check my YouTube. I'm always watching motivational, positive thinking videos and things. That's just, I do it every single day, right? Which is crazy because at one point I told myself I need to get better with consistency. But that is the one thing that's consistent. I won't say one thing, besides waking up in the morning and going straight to the restroom and brushing my teeth, those things, and making sure I take a bath before I go to bed. Besides those basic needs and living things, the consistent thing that I do day in and day out is that I hear, and it's a repetitive thing, positive messaging. I'm always on that, and that's why I can remain positive even when I might be experiencing chaos. So I wanted to live my life by the and factor, and that I wanted to be able to maintain my spiritual enthusiasm for the other world, and also maintain my creativity for this dimension, this dimension of, where beauty matters. Because again, I grew up in the hair salon, and thank God, because that gave me my foundation. I learned so much in the beauty salon. And so I always said to myself, I want to live my life by the and factor. And that applies to every area of my life. I don't just want to go to college, there was a time when I was in college, and I would listen to rappers like Kanye. And it was like, for him, he was the college dropout. And so I was like, I want to go to college, but I also want to do something creative. But do I got to be a dropout to do that? Or could I get my degree still and still, flex on the kids hard with my creativity? I said to myself that, I don't know what lies out there, but I choose to believe that I can and I will have it all. And so for me, that is true. I can and I will have it all. And if you believe the same, then it's true for you as well. And if you don't, I'd advise you to explore new ideas and new ways of thinking, because really life is only as limited as you allow it to be. I created my book and I titled it I Want It All, not from a space of gluttony, but just from a space of knowing that I'm not going to set these limitations on myself because of ideas of other people, because other people can't see how my life is going to fall into place, because other people can't see the vision that God gave me, because other people don't understand the way that I think and my logic. I'm okay with not being understood, because I feel like there's an audience for everybody, right? We got so many people that are super famous for so many different things. Some would argue that it's talent. Some would argue that it's dysfunction. Whatever the case may be, everybody has an audience, right? And so I feel like the people that are for me, that understand me, and that I represent a good teacher for, they will gravitate to me. They will naturally be drawn to my message, and I will be drawn to them to teach them, and I will be drawn to them to gain inspiration from them and feedback from them, and so on and so forth. And so I want you to understand that same concept. If you do get a chance to purchase my book, again, it's in the description, that you get from it that you really are the creator of your life. Like, you co-create your life. And yes, your thoughts are extremely important in that process, but so is your energy. So is the space in which your spirit dwells. A lot of people's misconception about concepts like the law of attraction is that you're taught that your thoughts are the thing that controls everything. And part of it, it's part true, but it's also that as we all came here to this world, we all came here with our own energy force. And that, for religious people, they may say you came here with your own soul and your own soul purpose. And for people who are more science-based, they may say you came here with your own energy force. And what that means is that although your thoughts are very influential and very powerful frequencies that we send out into the world, and they return onto us equal parts, that you also came here with an energy about you. And some people's energy, it's not just about your thoughts, it's also your energy force. Like, what did your soul come here to experience, or what did it come here to contribute, or what did it come here to transfer to other spirits or other energy forces? And so that also plays a part. I want people to understand that, as much as you want things too, that's all fine and dandy, but you also have to get to know you, get to know what resonates within your spirit, within your soul. And I have this mantra that I always say, and I also put it on some t-shirts. So if you get a chance to visit my website, myvisionbookjournal.com, you'll see that my mantra is, I've learned to go within, so I will never be without. And what that means for me, and yes, I did hijack Jesus in the Bible, where he says, lo and behold, the kingdom of heaven is within. That means don't look here, don't look there, because at the end of the day, that what you're looking for, that joy, that bliss, that love, that happiness, it starts within, and you have to cultivate it here. But you have to get to know who you are in order to do that. And so I've learned to go within, so I will never be without. It's my life mantra, because anytime I'm faced with anything, I know that if I turn the attention, focus within, and ask myself, what is my energy right now? Like, what is my life's energy? What space do I mostly dwell in? Am I mostly sad? Am I mostly depressed? Am I mostly anxious? Am I mostly happy? Am I mostly, you meet those people and you're like, gosh, they're so damn happy all the time. Well, they may not be happy all the time. They just have a really good, cheerful energy force about them. They may go through the same emotions that you do, but they don't carry it the same way because their energy force is unique to them. You see what I'm saying? That's what I mean by your energy source or your spiritual purpose. And that is like not necessarily, it's connected and correlated with your thoughts. Thoughts are also experiences and subconscious ideas planted, but it's also part of your energy force as well. So I just wanted to really let people know that you don't have to pick and choose either or. You can live your life by the and factor. You can have it all. I want it all, and I am going to have it all. Down to the husband. As a matter of fact, I think I know the man I want to marry. As a matter of fact, I know him by name. Call it crazy, but I'm speaking this into existence in 2018 that I want it all, and I will have it all. And I'm going to be the demonstration because I really want to show you that it's true. And more than anything, I think I'm proving it to myself as well, right? Because who am I to teach something that I believe or claim to believe in, but I'm not demonstrating it? I'm always skeptical to learn from people like that, right? So I'm not claiming to have achieved like the creme de la creme of life. I'm not, I still have a long way to go with personal goals and even things that may be appealing to other people. But I think that I have achieved a great deal as it comes down to inner work. And I'm always going to be a work in progress because I'm a forever student of the universe. And so I never feel like I'm ever going to stop learning. That's just life. I feel like if you stop learning and growing, you die. Because what other purpose is there to be here if you're not going to continue to expand, right? We come here for expansion. So I think that I know a great deal about the inner work. I may not be a gazillionaire yet. I may not have that fat rock on my finger yet that I'm going to get because I'm speaking it into existence and I know who my husband is. But, and my business may not be where I want it to be as of yet, but I have a vision and I write it down. And as a matter of fact, I may even share it with you. Like I wrote in my own journal. Yes, I use my own product, right? And so I'm going to show you guys a page. So what's cool about my journal is that I actually literally like write in my journal, right? And then as I write, I put goals that I have for being an author, goals that I have for being a writer, a speaker, vision that I have for my business. This section is actually work and creativity, and my book is actually sectioned off into areas of life that I feel really matter and stand out as a millennial female entrepreneur, or just as a young person navigating life. What are the areas that matter most? So for me, I set my vision and I made it crystal clear. And you guys might even recognize some of these faces. Like, I want to sell out my apparel and stuff. Who doesn't want to, make sales? Who doesn't want to grow their business and have people buzzing about what products they create? I know I do. I want it all. So I want to do speaking engagements. I want to do collaborations and vision board parties with dope chicks. Some of these people you might even recognize. Some of these people, they are famous. Some of these people are definitely, some of them are influencers. Some of them I met before. I might know them. Like this young lady, Brianna Perry. Now, Brianna actually went to University of Miami. I'm a University of Miami alumni. I don't know if you can see that. I might be holding it. I'm a University of Miami alumni. And so, she's dope. This is a young lady that is a sister. Her sister and I are really close friends, and she and I know each other. This is another young lady, Miss Bling Miami, who happens to be from my city. So, these are people that some way, shape, or form, I just truly believe we're going to connect. And I truly believe we're going to do dope things together. And so I put it out there. And now I'm speaking it to you guys. So now I'm that much more held accountable to working towards making it happen. So I'm not going to ramble your ears off. I really appreciate you. Make sure I ain't got that little spit thing. You know that little thing like when your lip gloss cakes up? Oh, I hate that. Oh, I hope I don't go back through my videos. I have that. That is so annoying. So thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. Until next time, maybe next time I'll talk about this hair that I have in my head. because it's actually from another goal that I have, which is to have my own hair site. And that's actually been in the works for a while. Long story. I got history in the hair industry, and not just because of my mama. I also started a few endeavors before, and you know, the good thing about entrepreneurship is that it's like this, and sometimes you're going to have an idea that hits, and sometimes you're going to miss. But the goal is to get out there, put yourself out there, keep going, keep grinding. Don't stop creating just because you've experienced a failure. Those failures are actually stepping stones. And so that's what I'm learning. And so this next go around, I'm so excited. This is some of the hair that I hope to carry. Not hope to carry, that I will carry. This is actually my blowout kinks, and it was actually custom colored. Let's see if you can see that. Custom colored by, you guessed it, Stars Prefer Braid. That's my mama. She's the best. And not just because she's my mama, but because she truly is the best. And you guys will one day see, I promise you, you're gonna see Stars Prefer Braid and I work magic, speaking it into existence. And cuckoo, oh, Cardi B, I see you, boo. Bye, guys.
B already told you that the girls run the world. You better go, kitty girl, cause you got bills.